Which team will struggle more short term or not? So we're going to the football segment,
which is nice. A little.
Yeah,
we've done a lot of politics.
I'm a Man United fan. Ellis is an Arsenal fan. Glory Hunters galore.
Yep.
We're probably the fans of the two biggest fallen giants in English football.
Yeah.
Liverpool were one of the big fallen giants, but they've actually gotten back up off Tyson Fury off the canvas.
They did.
Back.
Yeah, they're back.
We're still napping. We've been sparked out, man.
We have.
We've been sparked out cold.
And we will try and cover if we'll ever revive.
We're not, bro. You're gonna have Monster Reborn wouldn't bring us back from the show, right? It's just peak. So, which team do you think will struggle more short term and long term? Arsenal or Man United? So, you want to make your pitch and then I'll make mine.
Oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna say.
We'll do short term first and then we'll do long term.
I'm gonna say short term Arsenal. Short term Arsenal. I think we're not going to qualify for any European competitions next season.
You think you won't be Europa League dons?
Nah.
Well, what's the?
To be honest, if we don't get Champions League football, I'd rather not play in the Europa League just for a season, just to have.
Are you what do you need? Fifth place or a cup?
Yeah.
Are you out of? Obviously League Cup's over. You out of the FA Cup?
No, we're away to Sheffield United.
That's hard.
That's a tricky game.
They're the Prem. Are they the Prem team more?
Yeah, they're the one in fifth.
Oh, okay.
Or
yeah, that's
sixth now. I can't remember.
Because they might go for a cup run.
Yeah, but they're a very good team. Yeah.
And that's it, pretty much, because you're not going to get fifth spot's going to be difficult to get.
Yes, it's doable. But I think short-term Arsenal will struggle. Because I think Man United will make a European competition next season.
Which one do you think you'd be Europa League dons?
I think they might win the Europa League.
It's really tough. There's some good teams.
There are some very good teams, but I think Man United could win the Europa League.
I'm trying to think of which Sharks are still in that. It's still in the Europa League, and I can't. Sevilla, I think they're probably the biggest.
There's even like some of the small teams are still like decent enough teams to go through, but
there's not many Mickey Mouse teams at this stage of the year.
No, they've weeded them all out. But I think
the Olympians may prove a problem as well. Olympiacos.
But yeah, I think short-term Arsenal, because I don't think we'll get any European football, and that'll obviously hinder signings and a lot of money into the club, and I think a lot of players will leave. So I think
name-wise, who are you thinking?
I think Aubameyang will leave. Lacazette's
been really bad.
He has been bad.
Should have more goals.
I would be happy for Lacazette to leave at this point. Socrates, obviously aging, I think he'll leave.
He's got to do some philosophy and stuff.
Yeah, he does. He's got him and Plato having a little chat.
Yeah, he's going back and he's going to discuss the final point of football. Is it right to steal a ball off someone? What if he comes back and takes it back from you? All the enjoyment you had.
The art of the tackle.
Exactly.
I think.
Always thinking of philosophy, that man.
I think Bernd Leno could leave.
Goalkeeper, yeah.
He is a Champions League level goalkeeper. He's phenomenal.
Do you think he's been awful this season though? Hasn't he been really bad?
No,
a lot of mistakes leading to goals. No,
he's been one of the best players of the season.
Serious?
Yeah, he has saved us more points than I could care to count. Because when you think our defence at the start of the season was woeful, it's like when Man United just depended on De Gea.
Oh, when he did that what's it called? What's the dude from the Matrix? When he just stopped.
Yeah.
When we watched that game, and he was just stopping everything,
yeah,
and then Rory is about to jump up. Yeah, De Gea sticks a leg out, and he's just like, "How's he? That doesn't even make sense."
So that's what Leno's been to us. Like,
that's why Rory hates him. He always plays well against Arsenal.
Well, you had an awful defence in front of him. Like, you're going to concede goals.
The De Gea problem, innit?
But Bernd Leno, I think, is good enough to play for a better team.
You watch more Arsenal than I do, to be fair. So,
Bernd Leno's been class.
So you're two strikers and your goalkeeper.
Couple of aging players like Socrates. Granit Xhaka might still go.
A big overhaul, to be fair.
The problem is the players we need to get in are going to want Champions League football.
Kolasinac is another one. He's out. He's on his way out, isn't he?
Yeah. Saka and Tierney, so kind of left back.
Tierney's injury prone.
Yeah.
So he's been on the operational table more than he's been on the pitch. He has.
Hopefully he'll be able to come back to full fitness.
Hopefully, you don't wish injury on anyone.
No, you want to see players play.
Unless you're a racist player.
Yeah, then
yeah, I hope you tear your ACL.
i.e. Luis Suarez. If your leg broke, I wouldn't really mind.
He's had a long-term injury, to be fair. That's how they got Martin Braithwaite.
Yeah, hopefully Luis Suarez gets another long-term injury.
Tears his MCL. Another thing in his knee.
That'd be good. On his other leg, because he's just a vile.
Wonder Boy sidekicks him and just breaks his knee.
Like, it's not even the fact that I don't like him as a player, because he's a great footballer.
No, as a player, he's a dog, innit? He's what Sanchez was, but much better in a way. He's like that Tevez mold where he'll just kick you, like he will steal.
And he is a great footballer, but he's just a disgusting human being.
Yeah, what he did to Patrice Evra, man. And Patrice Evra, apart from kissing raw chicken, which that is terrifying, Patrice. Mate. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, Patrice, you've done it once, you'd have to do it again.
Exactly. You've proved that you're a big enough man to touch raw chicken.
Yeah, Patrice Evra, shout out to you.
He's just a really nice human being.
He's
one of them high energy guys.
He's just a good person, I think. Just a nice bloke to be around.
He's some full-time Devils too. They interviewed with him recently. Yeah. Fair play. It's quite fun. He's just a really nice guy. He cares a lot about the club, and I think he's an overall nice guy, and what Suarez did, and the fact that what annoys me is if you've got if there was a racist Man United player, I'd want him out. I don't care how good he is. And the thing is, when Liverpool fans backed him, I was like, that's sad.
Same for Arsenal. I want 11 players on the pitch who are just ideally good footballers, but I also just want good people to be in the club, just to promote the club. And
there was a guy. I think he does recruitment or something like that. He's a racist, and I'd happily have him out. Do not care much for him, to be honest. So you got your two strikers, your goalkeeper, Socrates, centre back,
potentially could go if he wants.
Oh, you got any more?
Just trying to think who I think could go. Obviously, Tobias' loan will end. I don't know if we'll keep him. I guess that's the decision for the board to make. Might be expensive, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think we'll struggle for the next few seasons because I don't think we'll get European football. Next season might having no European football might be a blessing in disguise.
Well, do you think you'll make a run for the Champions League Champions League spot?
We'll have a better chance because there's no.
If you lose Aubameyang this season, you're finished. Because I can't imagine any top striker would join Arsenal.
No.
Especially Aubameyang, he's one of the best strikers in Europe. I don't think anyone will join. And then you got the money constraint as well. So I think short term you're in trouble. We'll go on to Arteta in a minute, but. European football is just the money is just so important.
Yeah, that's why I think short term Arsenal, but long term I think Man United will struggle.
Even long term, I think short term I agree. I think Arsenal are in trouble, but I think even long term, I think you guys will be in more trouble.
See, I think
it depends on what your expectations are. If we have the same expectations for both clubs, which is just get in the Champions League football, make it to the round of 16, and then get knocked out like PSG.
Yeah, but I think for the next few seasons we won't. But I think over kind of 5, 6, 7 seasons that I think. The Man United, I know Arsenal and the board's relationship is really bad, but it's the same for Man United. Arsenal and Man United are very similar in that respect, where they have
run really poorly.
They have American owners who care more for the business than they do for the football.
They're the problem that's wrong with capitalism. In all honesty, is venture capitalists who, especially because the fact that Man United was bought with debt. And a massive amount of debt was tied onto the club. It could have liquidated if it wasn't for the TV money. Yeah. Honestly, it could have done. And so what they've done is they come off the back of the success of Fergie and the previous owners who made the club what it was. And then Ed Woodward was like, on the field success isn't relevant to sponsorships. Obviously it is, man. Not everyone wants to be associated with the champions.
Yeah, you want.
I mean, everyone wants a taste. Everyone wants to interview. They want to talk to you. They want to find out what your secret is.
Yeah, and I think on kind of Twitter and so on, I've seen some nice relationships between Arsenal and Man United fans because we're in a very similar boat.
Fallen giants. We're both victims of venture capitalists.
I think people look back and think when Arsenal and Man United were competing for everything together.
That was a golden age for the Premier League.
That was the Premier League's golden era.
Two insanely good teams, and not these nice guys who swap shirts. Two teams who really hated each other,
but had also a lot of mutual respect.
It was the Warriors' respect of I respect you as a fighter, as a player. But I hate you as a human being. Everything you represent, I really do not like you.
And they went at it. And
Pizzagate.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Fabregas throwing a pizza at
Cesc Fabregas, legend.
Fergie.
And I think in that regard, I think Arsenal and Man United are very in similar positions, and I think there's only so much longer that both teams can go with this owner-fan relationship. And I think the FA has to do more.
The fact that apparently one of the reasons the FFP was brought in was to stop a club being bought with debt.
Yeah.
Like United was, because at the end of the day that debt could have killed the club, and that was the fault of the FA for allowing the purchase, because they were the ones that they get a say in it. You have to pass some sort of ownership test.
Yeah.
And the fact that the FA allowed it is just a joke. The FA is a joke.
The FA is a joke. They take
racism more serious than they do what's it called? Sturridge got a gambling ban.
Do you know way around?
Trading.
You said they take racism more seriously.
Sorry, they take racism less seriously. Sorry, that's a good correction there. You caught that one. This is why I edit a lot in post.
Got you.
I'd hit the asterisk with the thing. And so my point being is that they gave Sturridge a 4-month ban, second offence to be fair to him. But other players, when they commit racism, it's 8-match ban or whatever. Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Because Kiko Casilla of Leeds got an 8-match ban for. I don't know the word he used. I actually haven't looked.
Oh, do you know what? I think it was the N word.
Was it?
I think it was, but we're not 100% sure. And you could make the point that we don't know what was said.
Well, because
it was that distance in it.
But he says he didn't know the meaning of the word that he said.
That's a joke, bro. It's like when that the Crystal Palace goalkeeper did a freaking Nazi salute.
Yeah, I didn't know what it is.
Is he Australian or?
No, he's no Welsh. Wayne Hennessy is Welsh.
Oh mate, he should. Every kid gets taught 2 World Wars, 1 World Cup. Man, everyone knows about the history of like general history. Like he would have learned that up until he was in sixth form.
Everyone knows what the salute is. Like everyone.
Yeah.
If you could find me someone who doesn't know what the salute means over the age of 12, I'd be impressed.
They might have forgotten, but I think if you show them, they'll be like, "Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember reading about that in school." Or they didn't go to school, or they just fell asleep in class.
But the FA doesn't care about racism because fans will still go to the games. They know that, and the FA is just geared towards money. There's no respect for the fans. The fans are a small part of the experience now. It's all about getting
TV money.
Yeah, and selling out the executive boxes and
the fancy people, because it's like,
which is nothing wrong with getting the fancy people at the game. If you want to sit in the director's box or the executive box, and have a lot of money and eat your prawn sandwiches, that's not a problem. No one's mind that. But you're pushing that agenda and you're not giving people who just want to go get a pie, have a couple of drinks, watch a game of football, and sing, cheer their team on, and then go home. That those kind of fans have been obliterated.
It's a gentrification of football now when they got rid of stand-in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think they censored the Chelsea Rent Boys song as well. They said Man United fans couldn't sing that because it's homophobic.
I think football as a whole is in a dark place of just focus. It just feels like fans are just a small part.
They're trying to push to get an openly gay male football. I'm like, don't try and force it because it just won't happen.
The problem is they need to make the conditions, because there's undoubtedly been a lot of gay footballers.
Yeah, Hitzelsberger, is that
Thomas Hitzelsberger,
his name, which I just saw a lot of letters and Zs, and I
Justin
was like,
Fashanu, but I think there's been a lot more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That just haven't come out
because keep it in their private lives because
it's not worth people to know. It's not worth the media, because all you'll do is get the media focus on you for months.
Like he's too busy focusing on Ronaldo's physique than he was to market. That's the kind of headlines you'll get. Trust me on that one.
And a lot of players realize it's not worth it. But it would be good to get a player who is able to come out and say that they are.
Yeah, I don't think that's a deal breaker, but I feel like no one should care. Like if a player comes out and says I'm gay, and everyone's like, okay. Yeah,
if a player in Arsenal came out and said I'm gay, if someone who supported Arsenal said I don't condone that, then I'd be like, don't support our club. Like,
you don't support the values of the club,
yeah, exactly. It's because Arsenal is built on its values of community. It's like Arsenal have always been like a classy club. That's the whole point they have. Like,
shoot them out of a cannon, innit? Homophobes.
Get them gone. They can go to prison.
I feel the same with Man United as well. Like, I don't care much for anyone.
The club's built on tradition and history. Like, there's a certain way that the club conducts itself. If you're not in line with those values, then we don't want you in the club.
Yeah, at the same time, like, football's about bringing people together to watch something. Like, it's meant to help you forget about society.
Yeah, we're all fans. For 90 minutes, like, you just want to watch a game of football, talk about the football, and then it's done.
Yeah, like, I'm against, like, freaking Jesse Lingard doing that stupid Millie Rock thing, but, like, if the man scores and he does it, do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't got any objection to it.
Like, it's just a goal celebration. Like,
I don't really care, like, that much. So, yeah, I mean, go back to the question. I think long term, I think Arsenal have a lot more problems. I think soon the Glazers will realise they can't keep creaming that money off the top because the Champions League money is not rolling in. Man City and Liverpool are catching up revenue-wise, and we've made actually some decent signings. Bruno should have got signed in the summer. Really good signing.
Yeah.
Pogba will most likely go, but he hasn't played all season anyway, so no one really cares.
And that'll be a lot of cash to generate back into the club.
Hopefully 100 mil. Yeah. Hopefully 100 mil. My only fear is that Juventus might get investigated for FFP because their wage bill is insane.
Yeah.
Like, any club that pays Aaron Ramsey £400,000 is a joke.
Juventus never spend a lot on transfers, but
it's the wage bill.
It's wages, yeah, and
it's very hard to get rid of those players on high wages.
Yeah, because no club will take them.
It's not like Sami Khedira still there. He must be on at least 150.
Probably a lot of money, yeah. But you look at the team Juventus have got. Ronaldo's on shed loads.
He's probably on 500.
Ramsey's on a lot. Chiellini on a lot. Buffon's probably on a fair amount.
Higuain would have been on a lot of money when they transferred him.
There's a lot of players, and Alexandro's probably on a decent amount.
I reckon. Who's the centre back they signed from Ajax?
De Ligt.
Yeah, I reckon he's on decent money as well. And so, like, I think Juventus, I think their wage bill is gonna be very problematic for them.
Yeah.
And it's closed stadiums now in Italy as well. The league will get called off, so I think those players will still get paid. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for a lot of clubs to pay players without getting gate receipts.
Gate receipts in England aren't worth as much as I think they are worth in Italy. But then again, the stadiums aren't as full as they are here. So
no, I reckon English stadiums on average are bigger.
Yeah, but they're regardless. Like, the Italian stadiums are quite empty. Like before pre-coronavirus.
Oh yeah,
because
but you said that Italians would make more revenue from tickets. Did you mean British? I
know because the TV revenue in England is just massive.
Yeah, but I think English gate receipts are higher than Italy.
But I think that's a proportion of the total they make. I don't think it's as big.
Oh yeah.
That's
like
kind of
English clubs will make more
commercial,
and ticket sales. But I reckon it's more important to the clubs in Italy because TV's money's not the same.
I think Man United could sell tickets for like 20 quid or something like that, and it wouldn't even dent.
Yeah,
and like that's the point that the buying hierarchy made. That why would we increase ticket price? Because all we'll get is about an extra 2 million a season, and like 2 million in a transfer negotiation is nothing.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Like, it's
you're not going to be like, I want to sell my player for 40. I say 30. And he's like 32.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be 35, 36.
Yeah, exactly.
Close to that. So like, that's a good point that he made. And Arsenal fans do pay the most in the country, which is sickening.
Yeah.
Considering you're not even top. Where's Arsenal now?
9th.
That's painful.
The gap is very small in that
Points
area.
Wise, yeah.
But like, there's still a lot of points.
It's all 6 pointers though, and if you place one above you and you lose, then it's a big gap that's made.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the problem there. And there's a lot of sharks up there as well. There's a lot of good teams up there that you really don't want to play.
The whole Premier League is full of a lot of good teams.
Sheffield Wednesday, Everton.
Sheffield United, you mean?
Sheffield United. Sorry, I know Sam. Sam's going to come after
Sam,
that.
Yeah, he's on his way down now.
He's going to lamp me one. He's going to use his physics on me wherever he studies. I'm going to get clamped by some northerner now. Was it Sheffield United?
Sheffield United in the Premier League.
Come up with like a more distinct name. Like, come on, man. The L Blades.
You're Manchester United.
Yeah, and we're like the big dons. We were the dons of Manchester. Not like, bro, Robinho signed for Man City. He's like, I'm glad I signed for Chelsea. And he's like, this is Man City. He's like, who?
And yet you're in their shadow
for now. But yeah, they're only there because of financial roids, anyways. So yeah, I think long term, I think Arsenal will be in more trouble because I think Stan will still take the money out. The only time I think Arsenal will get fixed is either if Josh takes over, or if someone buys that Stan. And Stan won't sell because it's a massive cash thing.
Yeah.
So I think now Woodward's actually made smart signings. Arsenal, who have you guys signed recently? Was it Pepe, who's a bit on and off at the moment? Because he's a young player, though. I'm not going to blame him for.
The problem is people were like, "Oh, Pepe's rubbish," but he was playing for Emery, who was playing really defensive football, and like now we've got him under attack. He's starting to play really well.
Who else have you bought recently that's been decent?
When Tierney plays, he's played well. Ceballos has picked up form recently. He had a good game to start, went off a bit, got injured, but now he's come back. He's been very good.
I think like we're still. I think United are making the better signings. Like Bruno's just been phenomenal. Bro, when I touch the ball, everyone gets hyped because everyone's like, "I've never seen a man do that before." Like, obviously Dan James was a decent signing. He was an astute one. I feel like he started quite well and then he sort of dipped a bit.
I think Dan James will be one of those players that's like a squad player. Like I don't think he's good enough to start.
I think he'll be a better squad player than say someone like Jay Lings is now.
Yeah.
And Pereira is. So I'm hoping like if he becomes a really good squad player, that means the team is in a good place.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we signed obviously Maguire, who's done a lot better recently compared to before.
Whereas people on Manchester United fans on Twitter were like, "Oh, Maguire's rubbish." I'm like, no, it's not just him. Like your whole team is rubbish.
Yeah. Shaw's picked up. Shaw's not signing, but Wan-Bissaka's been really well.
Yeah.
He actually put a really good cross in for Martial. I was like, this man can cross. I was like, what?
Yeah, that was against Chelsea, wasn't it?
I feel like the board will have to release funds. I think speculate to accumulate. So they're going to have to spend some more money in order to get the Champions League money because the Champions League money is worth. I think if you make it to quarterfinals, I think you get about 60 million.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That's a great player every season.
But I think every win that Ollie kind of gets is like papering over the cracks.
Yeah.
Like he has a bad run, we'll get a win against the top team, and it's like, oh, he's doing really well. The problem
is it's because we play counter-attacking football, which is great. But then what happens when you play against a team that will just tighten up and then they'll force you to come at them? Do you know what I mean?
It feels like Bruno was a good signing to help that. Because Bruno seems like the kind of player who wants to be in a team that just controls the ball the whole game because he's that good.
Yeah, he's a dog though, man. Like he will scrap for the ball as well, which I respect.
I think like it's hard for Man United. That's why they do well against like Man City, Chelsea, because
they get hit on the counter really easily. And City's biggest weakness, and I feel like the problem of being a counter-attacking team is if you like it's like boxing. And if you're just a counter puncher, the guy will just tighten up and he'll keep a tight guard, and then you will leave open and just try to force something.
The problem with I think Man United is once they go 1-0 down, like,
it's hard because they'll tighten up.
It kind of feels like, but even then, like there's been a few games where Man United have gone 1-0 down. No,
1-0 up.
Yeah, and they're still trying to like they're in control of the game, but they don't want it.
Yeah,
and there's times where Man United have gone 1-0 down, and like they're still trying to counter attack, and it's like it doesn't work. You're losing.
The thing is, like you need like those teams like Wenger's best teams, Fergie's best teams. They had multiple like ways of playing where they could kick it around, possession, counter attack. When Man City played Man United, it was a semi-final of the Carabao Cup, I think it was. Recently, 3-1. Yeah.
And it was at the Etihad, and Man United won that Matic goal, which was a nice goal. And And Man United were like, they needed one goal pretty much to take it much time. And they just defended the whole game. I was like, it's like they didn't realise they were losing. Like, you just want to tell, like, I feel like Ollie has the potential to be a good manager, but some of the stuff I see him do, I'm like...
Well, I see, like, the triangles, the clever pass and all that stuff. You can say the players aren't good enough, but at the same time, like, the mark of a great coach is to bring the best out of the players you have. Like, the fact that Fergie made Johnny Evans look like a very, very good defender is just outstanding.
There are some players at Man United which are just nowhere near good enough for the club, like Jesse Lingard.
Probably right, Lingard, Pereira, question marks over them too. Dan James has some question marks. Matic also, I'm not sure.
Matic has played well recently, he's picked up.
Mourinho kept playing, he had surgery, and then Mourinho kept playing him until he breaks, and I'm just like, it's just a bad idea.
Well, Fred was the same, he's been good recently, but...
Yeah, he's picked up.
I just feel like Man United are a form team, like they'll win 5 in a row and then lose 5 in a row.
Purple patch team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I feel like in the long term, I feel like if even if Ed Woodward stays, as long as he makes the smart signings, we'll be fine. But I think with Arsenal, if you don't make European football, then the money just becomes tighter each year. Do you know what I mean? Because
I'm kind of hoping we can replicate what when Liverpool didn't have European football, and it helped build some foundations because they could gut the club out.
Yeah, you have time.
Yeah, and there's less pressure on European football. Like, there's less money, but obviously you're not playing as much. You've got more time between games to actually focus and get the team ready. So I'm hoping that could be almost like a little blessing for future
seasons. Because the thing
time.
is, like, if you lose Aubameyang and Lacazette, like within say this summer and next summer, if you lose say Aubameyang this year and use Lacazette next year, then your striking options will be very limited. Like, what's his name? Martinelli, he looks like he could be good.
Martinelli, if they say Lacazette and Aubameyang both left, I'd be happy to play a very young front three, but it's of Pepe and Nketiah and Martinelli, because they're very exciting players, but obviously you want someone who is like a proven...
You need an older player.
You need someone who's proven at that level to just keep him.
The other problem you have is no depth.
Yeah.
Depth is so important. Like, people understand how important it is to have good squad players around.
Yeah, just players who Tottenham are suffering. Harry Kane doesn't play, they've got no one.
I think Mourinho's great for quotes because he'll pull out some good ones. Yeah. Like, it's like having a gun with no bullets, which is very true.
Yeah.
And like it is like when all your strikers are injured, like you're gonna roll through, you're gonna shoot blanks.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happened. Like even with United, like before we signed Gallo, our striking options were very limited because they should have replaced Lukaku in the summer. And that's the main problem with the board is like they'll make a couple of smart signings, but they're not spending a lot net.
Yeah, that's with Arsenal as well. Like
like they'll cover up in other ways, and our wage bill shrunk. I hope Sanchez goes somewhere, but the problem is like it's hard to sell squad players who want a lot of money. Like Xhaka, I think he's on decent money.
Yeah.
And like he was going to the Bundesliga, but then if you're trying to sell him to a club say like Wolfsburg, you can't pay the wage that he's on now. You're going to have to take a lesser transfer fee.
Yeah.
They're going to say, look, he's on 130,000. Maybe we can pay him 130,000, but we can't pay you 30 million. We're going to give you 20 million.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Which are fair trades. I think.
That's the problem United have now. It's like when we're trying to sell someone, we can't do it because it's on like 300,000 and the club's like, we can't pay that.
Arsenal and Man United made that exact same mistake where they paid players
too much
money, and then now when any player gets linked to Arsenal, they know they can go, well, I want 150 grand a week.
Yeah, that's what I think someone called Matt Judge. He's an investment banker. And I'm just like, why? Like, again, I watched a TV podcast where football clubs are essentially like FTSE 100 companies because they're worth so much money.
Yeah.
Like you can't have someone who's never had any experience doing transfers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't put me in charge like, oh yeah, he's going to be a head accountant. It's like, he can't do basic maths. It's like, yeah, he'll give it a go. Do you know what I mean?
It's a frugal business, football transfers, and it's an intense job.
Like, you need someone who's just very good at getting the numbers in.
Yeah.
And someone who can spot a problem early on. So rather than being like, oh no, we need to get a centre back desperately and calling up Leicester and be like, yo, we're going to pay you 50 mil for your boy Maguire's like 180. Then you roll through the last days like, so what did you say about 80 million? You look stupid. And you cut their pre-season and it creates uncertainty amongst the player and it puts a lot of pressure on
them. Because that sale for Maguire from Leicester, because I know they were going to try and sign a replacement, and they went for Nathan Ake and they were like, oh yeah, 50 million.
That's great.
Like, but you've made a precedent at that point, because teams know you've just made 80 million for a transfer for a player that's not worth 80 million. They're going to be like, okay, well, if you want to buy him, you've got to pay the big bucks because we know you have it.
Yeah,
like,
that's the other problem.
Obvious.
And like, I feel like if I was in the situation of Leicester, I would have signed a replacement before that. They were lucky they have Soyuncu.
He's very good.
He's very good. They were lucky they had him though already.
Yeah.
And you say smart recruitment, it is, but it's very hard to sign a player who's from a lesser club to make the same impact that your top boy had. And he's doing well. Him and Johnny Evans actually good centre back partnership.
Leicester.
So can't wait to buy Soyuncu next season.
To be fair, I think it'd be a good little signing. Just buy the Leicester back four.
Him and Maguire and they got Ben Chilwell who's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pereira. You buy Leicester the club and you buy the entire.
Just rename it.
It's like a Manchester United B team. So I think long term, I think Arsenal will be in more trouble because I think the finances will keep tightening up.
I think it's the case of both teams. I guess it's quite an odd time for both teams.
I think it depends. I think it depends. Long term predictions are hard, but I feel like the Glazers will have to figure out what they want to do. Or if the club does go into decline, someone will buy them because the brand Manchester United is just massive. Yeah,
I guess it's like with like Arsenal, Man United are still like it's a brand. Isn't
you know,
it?
I was going to reference actually this video of. Do you remember the Asian guy where they asked him, like, "Have you heard of these football clubs?"
Yeah, and he was like Tottenham.
He's like Man United, yeah. You know, was it Man City? Yeah, and he's like Tottenham. He's like who? He's like Tottenham Hotspur. It's like Top Spur, and he thought, I think this guy thought the camera guy's joshing him in it.
Yeah.
I think he thought he's pranking him, like trying to make up like a fake team, and the guy starts laughing. It's probably one of the funniest videos of that year.
Yeah, I remember that.
And everyone just started mocking Tottenham in the comments, and I was like, they deserve it first. Like Top Spur.
The
way he spoke was like, bro, you having me on, innit?
That was funny.
And so I think short term, I think Arsenal will have a lot of problems, just like Man United, but I think Arsenal's short term problems will be worse.
Yeah.
We agree on that one, and I think long term we kind of disagree on that one.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. We'll do a podcast in 5 years' time.
Yeah.
Like, I told you.
And we'll review. Yeah.
And it's like, no, we're both relegated to the championship.
We're both in the championship.
It's like, I see you away.
But we're 10th and you're 11th. Yes.
It's like only on goal difference. And so we go, who is the GOAT? It's a contentious question. Can't wait for Messi fanboys to come after me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And Ronaldo fanboys. And Zlatan fanboys.
God. I'll let you go first.
I think it depends on what you value in football.
Yes, massively.
That's the problem. If you value, like, take personality out of this, right, as much as you can. If you value an out-and-out goal scorer, a guy who just reinvented himself countless times, from the flash winger to the flash winger plus goal scorer, to the set piece specialist, to the rubbish set piece specialist, to a guy just an out-and-out poacher, like instincts, like to know where the ball's going to land.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's built himself it's like he's like a machine someone else has built. That's the thing with Ronaldo.
He is like a robot.
He's like his legs got to be wham so he can jump. His core's got to be strong.
His physical conditioning is
like
another level.
A bicycle kick where his leg goes over someone else's head, and he must have gone like 6'4", that kind of height. And it's like, how the hell do you do that?
Yeah.
Like, how do you become that?
His physical presence and conditioning is the best in football.
Like, it's just insane how like him and Zlatan are probably the two like fittest footballers, like from an athlete perspective. Where Zlatan's foot can just go above someone's head.
Yeah.
And like, he did taekwondo, and it's like if I wanted to hit him, he'd be asleep. Yeah. And like he's a quote machine. But I think it depends what you value in football. If you value someone who's a playmaker, the heart of the team, who can just create something out of nothing, really, then you'd go with Lionel Messi. And that's why I think they're both up there. And the problem is you can't differentiate the two because they're both just that good.
Well, that's why it's kind of why I hate the Ballon d'Or.
Because it's stupid.
Because if you're going to do a Ballon d'Or, you need to do it the goalkeeper Ballon d'Or, the defender Ballon d'Or, the midfielder Ballon d'Or, because it doesn't work.
But then do you do the right back Ballon d'Or? Do you do the full back Ballon d'Or like that?
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's like little loopholes. I just do it as like a core defender. So like,
could you imagine if you're like in the FIFA Pro Team of the Year and it's like and this guy gets the centre back Ballon d'Or? He's like, right, do you know what I mean? That's like slap in the face, isn't it?
I guess if you like a defender one, like obviously probably be Trent this season. But say like when Cannavaro won it, or like Chiellini, like when they were that good.
The Ballon d'Or should have been. Wesley Sneijder should have won it in. Was it the 09-10 season?
Yeah, Frank Ribery was 2013. He should have won it then.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just.
It became a popularity contest between Ronaldo and Messi.
A joke, and like I feel like it just really depends on what you value in a player. Like in the World Cup, was it the Brazil in 2014?
Yeah.
You saw Messi had to come back because that Argentina team just lacked creativity, and so he couldn't be. The problem was he couldn't be at the end of his own pass.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the problem.
He can't be everywhere.
And like he couldn't give, he gave the ball to Higuain. Higuain, he couldn't do it. He biffed it. Yeah. I mean, he's not a big game player. That's the problem with Higuain. Like he's the Lukaku where he'll bully small teams, but in the bigger games I think he struggles.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it just depends on what you value. That's why I put both of them up there, just joint, because it just depends. Like it's a bad answer.
Everyone's always trying to compare it. Like you can just enjoy two footballers.
And the fact that Ronaldo won, 2 international trophies is a testament to how good he is. But also the fact that I think potentially on paper the Argentina team looks better, But they've had really bad managers. It's been poorly run, and the fact that they have an attack but no defense.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Like at least like Ronaldo's had Pepe. Pepe is a monster.
I think Ronaldo has that ability to drag his team a bit more than.
He demands excellence, but I feel like Messi also does that, but he's not as outward.
I feel like Messi, in that sense, I feel like Ronaldo is that big game player. Like drags his team. Like the man scored 2 back-to-back hat-tricks in the semi-final and the quarter-final or something like that.
Something like that.
He's dependable in that regard. I feel like Lionel Messi drags his team, but when there's that lack of creativity, like you can kind of tell Lionel Messi gets taken out of the game because he has to do more. Yeah,
and the thing with Ronaldo is you can just chuck like a ball in the box, and like if it's half decent, it goes past the first man. You can bet like Ronaldo's going to be around there.
Yeah.
Messi can't do that because of his physicality. What's for that? He's most likely going to be the guy putting the ball.
I know there was a big one where they were like, they showed Lionel Messi's header against Man United in the final. But it's like, apart from that, he's not really.
And he scored one against Celtic. I remember.
Not saying he's a bad header of the ball, but
he's short, bruv.
You don't want to cross to Lionel Messi because there's no point.
It's just stupid. Like, I've done that where you play FIFA, you got a short striker, and you clear the ball to him, and you're like, why can you get the ball? And it's like, have you seen this guy? He's 6'4".
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not Lionel Messi's fault because what he makes up for that in the fact that his delivery is on point. And his free kicks are insane,
and his technical ability is.
And his body feints are just probably the best. Yeah. The only guy who does better feints than him is Adesanya, and he's an MMA fighter. It's true though, isn't it? Like, I think he like fakes left again. Then he actually goes left, and I was like,
it works. It works
because you can't. He's so quick. That low centre of gravity, isn't it? And so I think they're both. It just depends on what you value, and that's the problem there, where people are like, "Oh, you're stupid." You think Ronaldo's the guy. I'm just like, yeah, but he kind of is though.
Yeah. The
only people who don't have a say in this is Pele. Anyone who says Pele's the goat,
you're a fraud.
You're a fraud.
Pele's counting the goals against his mum in his back garden. Like,
do you know what I mean?
He sticks her in goal for penalties and just twats him out. Oh, that's all. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. So I'll give you one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Pele's the type of guy. Yeah, he'll score in a primary school game and is like, yeah,
gets a little tally out on his notebook.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
that's goal number 4,000.
I scored from the halfway line, 3 goals. Lobbed the goalkeeper. That's 2. So go on. We'll do. So the goat is. What do you have a definitive answer for who you think the goat is? Or would you say like I value Ronaldo more for X reason, or I value Messi more for X reason? Like
I guess it's not really like a goat for me. It's more just like favourite players.
Yeah.
Like I love Philipp Lahm, one of the best players to ever play football.
He's got a next level brain on him, hasn't he? He's
just the smartest footballer. But I also like Ricardo Kaká. Like Kaká was so good.
Do you see that? You saw that 5-a-side.
Yeah.
Like, Kaká, come back, and he just puts it in.
The audacity to tell. World Ballon d'Or, and I'm pretty sure he won a World Cup with a Kaká. He got
roasted on Twitter, man.
Funny though, Kaká, great footballer.
Yeah.
Philipp Lahm,
unfortunately, he went to Real Madrid. To be fair,
yeah, that was the worst thing that happened.
That Madrid team was insane on FIFA, though.
Oh yeah,
he played Kaká.
And if I had to choose between Ronaldo and Messi, I prefer Ronaldo personally.
Yeah, I think it just.
But if someone says Messi, I'm not gonna be like, well, actually, you think. Yeah. Like I respect that because it's just
football,
it
just depends on what you value on it. Like
exactly.
Messi probably the better set piece taker because Ronaldo hasn't been good at set pieces probably since he left Man United. To be fair,
yeah. Although that one against Spain in the World Cup was 93rd minute.
Was it Dave in goal for that one?
Yeah, but that was an unsavable free kick. To be fair,
was it? I can't remember. I know Ronaldo scored a hat-trick pass.
He did.
One just leaked in.
It was like one of the first games of the tournament as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I felt bad for De Gea, and I was like. I can't defend you, and I really want to defend you. Like,
but that's never a gokeeper's fault. Like when you hit a free kick that well, it's like.
The one where like hit his hands and just went underneath.
Oh
it.
yeah.
I was like, I'm here, sword and shield, man, and these ones are just they're too powerful. I'm sorry, Dave. Like,
I let you down.
I couldn't keep the hold out. I'm sorry. And like, yeah, because I've got a lot of respect for him purely because. He's Spider-Man at the best at the worst of times. So, like sometimes like that Arsenal game where he just bam and just stays out, and I'm like he can do that, but sometimes he just had like some of the mistakes like the Everton one and a few more where it'll just go underneath.
It's just basic, isn't it? And some of the saves you think, oh my god, how have you said that? And then you see something and you're like, what are you doing?
So the Richarlison one where he hits Maguire's foot. He's not saving that. Like Sigurdsson's there or not, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're not. So he
it's not his fault. It's Maguire's fault. Great finish, Phil Jones level finish.
It was more like he was trying to block it, so you can't really. It's just like unfortunate the ball went there.
Yeah, just like the ball.
Then there was the Southampton one where he like pushed it in the net pretty much. Was it Southampton?
I can't remember that one.
But he's had a few shockers this season.
This season, like I think halfway through last season, but he's got a lot of credit in the bank.
Yeah.
And so favourite players. I think Dave is up there for me. I think. Did you see the mistake Neuer made the other day where he came out, he got nutmegged, and he just put it in, and everyone's like blaming Alaba and I think it's Kimmich for sliding in. I'm like, no, that's the goalkeeper's fault.
It was like Manuel Neuer last season against Liverpool in the Champions League. He was dreadful.
Yeah, I think they wanted the other guy, Ulrich or something like that. It sounds like something out of Merlin.
They signed a keeper from Schalke, but I don't know anything about him. But I've heard because they signed Neuer from Schalke, so I guess they're trying to think he's like the next Neuer.
So we'll sign every goalkeeper from Schalke.
One will be good.
It's like, I heard you played for the Schalke under 14s. So yeah, I think it depends on what you value. Like, personality plays a big part in it as well. Like who you value more personality wise. Like, and I feel like Barcelona. The problem Messi has, Barcelona has been run really badly over the last few years. I think since Neymar went. It's just been run really poorly. Like their president bought a PR team to go and attack the players.
Yeah.
Eric Abidal said, the players got the manager sacked. I'm like, bruv, you gave Valverde Griezmann. Like, what the hell is he supposed to do? Whoever's making the signing is really easy to get sacked because they have no idea what they're doing.
To be fair, I really don't like Barcelona. I just think they're a team with no class, and I think. I call me a tin hat, however. I genuinely think they've paid off a lot of.
Barcelona.
Yeah, I think that is a thing. Yeah, some of the games they've won, you think that this has been
fixed. Like the one where JT got sent off for apparently kneeing Sanchez. And then Drogba said this is a disgrace.
Yeah, against the Chelsea, that was a quarter-final.
Really dodgy stuff.
But yeah, because the ref of that game got I don't think he refed a game after that because he was that bad.
What? Nah, he's the Turkish referee, wasn't he? I think he was the...
No, I think he was German.
Was he German? I remember there's a Turkish referee that Man United fans hate, and a lot of English football fans hate because he's just very bad.
Yeah. Barcelona as a club, I think, have no class. I think that's all gone out the window.
Alright, cool. So your UEFA Lona winner prediction? That's the Champions League, by the way, in case anyone's wondering.
Very difficult. I honestly think Man City have a good shout, but they bottle it. That's the problem.
They don't. Cause it's not right, man.
If I had to bet, I think I'd say Bayern Munich, just of how good they looked against Chelsea, and how good they looked against Spurs and everyone they played.
How did you guys let Serge Gnabry go though?
Every Arsenal fan knew how good Gnabry was.
I saw him. I think he played an FA Cup game where he just pinged one in the top corner. I was like, wow.
It felt like every Arsenal fan knew how good Gnabry was, except the board.
Yeah, and then you loan him out to West Brom, and then Tony Pulis like he'll never be a good player. I'm like, Tony, mate, just because he doesn't put in 7 tackles a game and 2 foot someone, he doesn't wear a baseball cap. That was just he went to Wolfsburg, then he signed to Bayern, and he looks insane.
He's a very good player.
He was lightning quick, man. I think the board field another Walcott.
Yeah.
Because you had Chamberlain. Well, I guess he wouldn't be another Walcott, but pace merchant.
Yeah, and I guess they fed that, but
I think he was unlucky that he had a load of pace merchants in the team.
Yeah.
Rio Maichi, pace merchant.
God.
Why did you sign him?
I don't know, but
so is that you saying Bayern Munich?
I'm gonna go Bayern Munich.
I guess that'll have to be slightly different.
You go for Man City if you want.
No, I'm not doing that. I don't think they will. I think that they have a good shot against Real Madrid.
Yeah, 2-1 up.
I think if Laporte is still out, then I don't think they have that chance.
Yeah.
That Real Madrid team is so on and off as well. It's insane.
It is very.
Crap, I think. I might have to agree with you by Munich, to be fair.
You got Barcelona left. You got Juve.
Who Barcelona?
They're playing. They got Napoli.
They lost, didn't they? Was it 1-0? They lost that.
They either won or drew.
I think it was a loss.
No, they either lost or drew. Sorry,
it's a 1-0 loss. I think.
I thought it was 1-0 loss.
There was a lot of talk about that.
Yeah, but they're playing in Barcelona next. But I think that's behind closed doors. So that'll be a big test. But
that'll be good for Napoli, to be fair.
If
it's behind closed doors.
But Barcelona could win. They always can. That's what Barcelona do. No English teams, I don't think. Man City have the best chance of anyone, but
Liverpool 1-0 behind Atletico.
I think they'll beat Atletico.
Cool,
I think they'll go through.
I'll go Atletico Madrid. Really? You never know, innit? That's the thing with that team. Like once they get 1-0 ahead, they're just the two instances you don't want to be 1-0 behind is for a Mourinho team and to Bayern Munich. Not Bayern Munich, sorry, Atletico Madrid, because they'll just shut you up.
They're very good at that, but I wouldn't bet that Liverpool wouldn't go 90 minutes without scoring at Anfield.
I know, but the thing is, you have to gamble that Atletico won't score at all.
I don't think they will.
And if they bag one on the counter, then if Morata can actually score, here Morata, I'm giving you a challenge. Can you actually score a goal?
Will we watch him?
Are you a striker, or are you just some guy who's on the field? Did you get your spot in the cereal box? They paid big money for you,
They did.
And do better,
But yeah, Atletico have a good chance.
Stop Liverpool from doing the double. Okay.
I reckon Liverpool might get another final, but it's a good team.
We'll do another prediction another time, I guess, if we do another podcast during the football season.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Might get suspended because coronavirus. Liverpool not going undefeated. That must feel great.
It was a relief.
It was a relief.
Get Ismaili Sarr a statue outside the Emirates for all I care.
A statue outside every ground.
Get Troy Deeney one as well. Deserves it.
Do you see the one where it's like, oh yeah, Lovren wasn't even looking at the ball, he's looking at me. You see Lovren's eyes are just looking at the ball. He just pinned him. So I blame Van Dijk for that one, honestly. Or whoever's marking towards the back post where I think the goal went in, because he got pinned. That does happen. Troy Deeney's massive.
Yeah, he's a big unit.
And that's what a good striker of that build does. Like Giroud did quite well as well. He'll just pin a centre back.
Yeah. But very good that Liverpool lost. Because they're going to win the league. Like, there's no arguing that. It was just nice that they didn't break another record. Because they're going to break a lot of records.
They might break the points total.
Which wouldn't surprise me. They've won today against Bournemouth.
Was that finished?
That's finished 2-1.
Sad times.
Yeah.
Rest Eddie Howe.
But this Liverpool team's a very good team. Like, people on Twitter are like, oh, they won't, they didn't go undefeated, they didn't win the treble. It's like, yeah, but you can just enjoy a team for being good at football.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. Everyone's trying to take away the other team's success.
Liverpool fans don't care because they've got a trophy. They just want to win the Premier League, and they're just a nice team to watch play football. Like, you can just enjoy a team. Like,
I feel like that's a lot. Like, I see a lot of Man United fans like, you can't watch Liverpool play football. Why you say this?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I just enjoy football.
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like Man United because I'm an Arsenal fan. It's just how it goes. But if Man United are on, I'll watch them because it's Man United. Like, you just kind of do. Like,
because football now.
Yeah, just want to watch a good game.
Even if man like the Dog and Duck are playing, you still watch. If the Dog and Duck make it on TV,
Dog and Duck FC, I'll stick them on,
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'll watch a couple of games. Big Dave with the free kick. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm glad they didn't go. I mean, they didn't make it undefeated either, purely because
it would never would have stopped.
Do you know what I mean? So we made it undefeated.
Yeah. Oh God, don't.
And then Carragher would have just. And then Gary Neville would have just quit. Gary Neville would live in the woods, never to be seen again. He was very happy by the looks of it.
I don't blame him.
And so do you think Arteta will or should be the long-term manager? So if we do it as, do you think he will be the long-term manager at Arsenal?
Hope so. I think from what we've seen so far, he's been very good.
Do you rate him just because he's handsome?
He's very handsome. But
he's got a full set of hair for now.
To be fair, with undefeated in the Premier League in 7...
A lot of draws though, I know. He can spin a
snap. But we're that's the thing, because we've gone from losing to drawing, and hopefully we just need to find the tick that makes us then go to getting those wins. So I'm hoping we can start grinding the wins out, but we're playing a lot better football. Like, even if we're not picking up points, this season's a bit of a write-off anyway.
Yeah.
Under Emery, we were just playing dreadful.
We were just hoping for a draw,
yeah.
An opportunity or something like that.
We were conceding 25 shots to Southampton after they'd just lost 9-0.
Yeah,
then came to the Emirates and played off the park.
It's like I guess you watch that Woodley Kamara Usman fight where Woodley's just hoping he can land his big right hand, and then Usman's just moving, and that's what I felt like Arsenal did. Like you just sat there just hoping you can release Aubameyang, and then you had Aubameyang I think tracking, marking the two wingers for some other team. I can't remember what game. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Well, it happened a lot of times.
And I'm just Aubameyang, bruv, he's good going forward, fam.
Yeah.
He's good going forward.
And I think
that's like asking Khabib to stand up and fight with someone.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad advice. It's just not good to be good.
And I think, it's just nice watching us play football now that is actually somewhat entertaining. We're actually controlling games.
I enjoy watching Man United a bit more now because at least we've got it's not just McTominay to Fred to Maguire. Maguire's where is everyone? I can't see anything from back here. So I mean, at least we've got Bruno, and at least he's got a brain.
Yeah, and it feels like Man United now started playing actual football, and it feels like Arsenal are doing the same.
Perez takes a touch, looks around, takes a touch, gets tackled.
Yeah, I do think Mikel Arteta will have a few good seasons with Arsenal. We may, not that I'm saying we'll win the league, but I think we'll have a few good seasons, doing good.
So you think he will and should be?
Yes, but I also reckon after about 6 years.
What do you think his ceiling is? What do you think his ceiling is, and how many seasons do you think he'll be there for?
I reckon he'll do 4 or 5 seasons and then go to
Barcelona.
A big. Well, he's a Spanish boy, isn't he? So
Spaniard.
He's got that appeal, and if he play he's a young, exciting manager, and if he can do well at Arsenal, he could do unbelievable.
Yeah, Perez likes handsome boys, or handsome guys, not boys, obviously, because that insinuates something. He does like a handsome man.
I honestly think Mikel Arteta could go to a Real Madrid, but obviously it's very early to tell how good he'll be. But signs.
I mean, it depends on his style. Some teams they're not overly bothered about success as long as the style is there.
Yeah, and I think our style was come back to what Arsenal was known for: keeping the ball, playing nice slick passes. But yeah, I think he was a very good appointment, and I'm quite excited to see how we go. But I think
crumbling partially without him. I think as well. I think he might have been one of Pep's top dons.
Well, Man City have been awful since he's left, so you must have had some form of big impact at City.
Yeah, I think so, and I think the other problem is they didn't sign a centre back in the summer, and I don't know if they were trying to sort their finances out.
Yeah.
But we'll get on to see if we have time, to be fair, because there was the question I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
I've got, I think, a strong opinion on it. And so
I'll do a bit of Man City. Okay, yeah,
so is Pep a fraud? Yes. And so you're going to make your case about why Pep isn't a fraud.
I'm going to.
And then I'll make my case about why Pep is a bold fraud.
Pep's Barcelona is one of, if not the greatest club side in football. That team was unbelievably good. And I think he averages a trophy every 29 games. Now, I'm not saying it because he's managed the big clubs. Like, I would love to see Pep manage
Porto.
I was going to say like Burnley.
Inter Milan.
But yeah.
No disrespect to either of those clubs, to be fair, but what I'm saying is Mourinho won it, the Champions League, at two massively underdog teams.
Yeah, like Porto and Inter Milan are still very good teams, but they're not tier one. Barcelona.
They're not tier one club.
Exactly.
No disrespect to either of them because they are good teams.
Oh yeah, but the problem is like, you know, when you've got Barcelona, Real, teams of that stature, like it's hard to compete. But Jose Mourinho did very well for those teams, and I think it would be nice to see Pep at one of those teams. I think if he'd have won a Champions League at Bayern Munich, that would have been a big thing. But
not bodied by Carlo though.
Yeah.
Remember that game quite fondly because Ronaldo was just like ping, and that free kick under the wall was just genius. If you mess it up, you look like an idiot. But when you do it, it's just like wow,
it's so good. If he wins the Champions League with Man City this season, that's a very big statement, I think, because Man City is just notorious bottlers in the Champions League. So I think he has to win the Champions League with Man City. But I think he's got a record that you can't argue with wherever he's been.
So I think this is the reason why I think he's a fraud. And so checkbook manager, you know, he spent a lot of money, signed Bravo, joke, spent big money on Edison, become a good goalkeeper. Well, he was a good goalkeeper. He's excelled a bit more, I think.
Edison's a good keeper.
Sterling's excelled. But I think the main problem I have with Pep is was Pep the thing that made that Barcelona team great, or was the Barcelona team that made Pep great? Was it the players? Was it like you can say his philosophy worked with that team, but a good manager can either change philosophy and adapt to the players he has.
Yeah.
And like that team won another treble, like with MSN. You can say that Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. You know, great front three, but you know who was the manager? He became the Spanish manager. I think his daughter tragically passed away. Do you know? I'll have to check his name. God damn it!
I can picture his face as well. I just can't remember his name.
He's a good-looking guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's.
I'd have to check. I'd have to Google it quickly because I don't want to.
Intermission.
That's one, Enrique. And so, if we're saying Pep is great because he won all these trophies, that means why is no one talking about Luis Enrique like he was the phenomenal manager? All the credit went to the players because the players banked that much credit from their time under Pep, and you know he had some of the absolutely finest players in the world, by his goalkeeper, who was was it Valverde's?
Victor Valdez.
Victor Valdez. So there's a lot of V's in Barcelona.
There is.
So he was like, I don't know why they kept him, like apparently his style of play or something like that, whatever. So he had Gerard Piqué, outstanding. Carlos Puyol, who is underrated, should be classed as one of the best centre backs.
Yeah.
Top 10 easy because the man was just for his height as well.
Yeah, he was like 5'10" or something.
Ridiculous. He was a midget for a centre back.
But great tackler.
Yeah, like, he loved a big tackle.
He did.
He had Dani Alves, who was
that's prime Dani Alves as well.
A right winger. He's not a fullback.
He's probably a striker.
He's everything. Probably stick him in goal. I wouldn't be surprised if he played in goal match as well. Jordi Alba, pace merchant, but he did a good thing in that team. You had probably one of the best midfield threes.
Well, Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta.
Busquets is a diving prat.
Yeah,
but
I hate Busquets.
He was very good diving prat.
He's a great footballer. He's just a bit of a cheat, but he's a great footballer.
A massive cheat. Well, there's allegations of doping with that team. I don't want to go into that. That's Stephen Howson territorial. I call him Stephen Clownson because he comes up with absolute hot takes. I dubbed that term. Everyone loved it in the comments of the full-time Devils because I thought it was quite creative. But yeah, you know, he had Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta who proved themselves as three of the best midfielders around.
Yeah.
They won a World Cup as well. Obviously not them alone. David Villa, who was FIFA 14's like god tier player, man.
I'm surprised you didn't say him as your favourite player. You love David Villa.
I love David Villa. Like what you do is you just do what's it called, the McGeady spin.
Yeah.
You cut inside and you ping one in the top corner. Then I got Royce, who's just like David Villa with pace. I was like, yeah, actually I prefer Royce now. But yeah, he had David Villa, who was really good. Didn't he have Thierry Henry for a while as well?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Fair enough, he sold Ronaldinho, but when you replace him with young Lionel Messi, who was just. This was like Messi when he would just dart past people.
Yeah.
Like the man was like I swear the guy could teleport or something. Like the way he moved was just unnatural.
I think Pep kind of revolutionised football a little bit in the way he played.
I think so, but then so did Arsene Wenger.
Oh yeah,
but
so did, I think Fergie did as well.
I think Fergie did in a more low key way. I feel like it wasn't as obvious with Fergie.
Well, Fergie's original was genuine wide wingers, which stretched the pitch. Yeah,
pace, crossing, and then kind of that old English football with a lot more technique.
And then Arsene Wenger's was slick passing, working triangles, move the ball at the pitch.
Mixed with absolute monsters in midfield.
Yeah, just big
players who had insane technical ability mixed with physicality as well. Yeah. Patrick Vieira, I guess the closest thing you'd have to Patrick Vieira is probably Yaya Toure, where he was massive, but
a great footballer at the same time.
He didn't make sense in the way he moved, as in he was very light on his feet.
He was a big lad who was very quick, and
he could move good for a big lad. Yeah. Right? That's the classic English phrase. Yeah. Boy, could he move, man!
For a big lad,
you know what I mean? The man will chase down a birthday cake for funsies. And so my point being is that I think it was the Barcelona team that was great, rather than Pep. Do you know what I mean? Being the manager of that team, he did do some good things, obviously, because the last guy they had, can't remember who the manager was before. I'm gonna have to check again. But he was right. I think what's his name? Van Gaal deserves a lot of credit because he pushed through a lot of the youth players. I think he's very good at that as well.
Louis Van Gaal's a good manager.
He's too rigid. He plays football his chest too much.
Yeah.
Except for him, he plays the pawns where you can only move forwards.
Yeah.
And you can't move diagonal. I think that was his problem. But at Bayern Munich, he was a joke. Fair enough, he made them play nicer football. He got them a higher points total. That's fine. But you didn't do the thing which they wanted you to, which was excel. And he inherited a treble-winning team.
Yeah.
Instead of using the players he had. He tried to change Robben into a guy who passes. Robben doesn't pass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There are some players, like Iron Robben, he has his thing. You just have to let him do it.
Robben doesn't pass, but he's got one move and he does it well. Like Bruce Lee said, I don't fear the man who's practiced 1,000 kicks once. I practice the man who's practiced one kick 1,000 times. He's got one move, bro. He's got one move, and he does it to perfection. That and diving, so 2 moves. Yeah. But that's why I think he's a fraud, purely because he couldn't use the pieces he was given. He had to try and push everything away and start again. And I think the sign of a good manager is someone who can use what he's been given, add on, and use that core to excel. That's why I think Fergie was brilliant in what he did. I feel sorry for Arsene in the sense that he couldn't build a great team after the Invincibles era, purely because he had to keep telling his players.
Well, I think we could have, but the move to the Emirates is what I think
financially
has killed Arsenal.
Destroyed the team, because he sold some of the best players. He sold Gael Clichy, who was good, Sami Nasri, who was very good, Van Persie, who was outstanding when his knees weren't working.
Yeah, I think Arsenal at Highbury were a different beast, and then we moved to the Emirates, and it's everything that made Arsenal great is gone.
They sanitised everything that made the players great, and you had to let go of a lot of players. And I feel that core aged out, and it wasn't replaced because you didn't have the money to replace them. I feel that was. Well, that's why I always put Fergie very high up. Any manager who can stay with a team, rebuild them, and keep doing that and change with the times, I think that's what Fergie did really well. Where he changed the system manager, he would do certain things, and he would keep things ticking along.
I think Fergie retired at a perfect time because the team he had was really bad.
He really it was like a car he just pushed to its very limit, and it was he goes.
But then I feel bad for David Moyes because he inherited a rubbish team.
He inherited a really old team that were he inherited a Van Persie who just wanted Fergie to be manager, and that was one of the problems.
And the team wasn't as good as it should, and then he struggled because
he wanted to get rid of ketchup at the canteen, which was never smart.
Never goes well.
Never get rid of ketchup, man.
I think get rid of the ketchup, but keep the mayo. Mayo doesn't move.
You keep both. Almond sauce is the best.
But yeah, is Pep a fraud? Let us know in the comments.
So I think he is, and you disagree, but I think that had he excelled with that Bayern Munich, had he won a Champions League, the margin would be a lot weaker. But he inherited Champions League winners, treble winners, and he made them I think arguably worse. Yeah. I think Ronaldo made him look like a massive. That Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema front three, which just kept countering him, and he had no response.
Yeah, the problem is, I think, and I kind of see what you mean when Pep kind of has one way of playing the football, and if you can get around that, then you're going to win.
Because I kid you not, Fergie is basically like the Avatar, bro. He can master any style, man. And that's what he did well. He could change football based on how the other team were playing.
Yeah.
Pep is very one-dimensional, and you can see that in his first season at City, where he just kept getting countered, and he had no idea what to do. Then he had to get pacey fullbacks. Yeah. He had to really spend a lot of money on that team, which you could argue is fair, but we know that there was a lot of ill-gotten gains to revolutionise that team. Signed a bad goalkeeper, got rid. And you can argue Liverpool did the same, but Liverpool actually had to make the money to buy the players.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where the difference is. you always have a couple of dud signings, but Pep got very lucky in the fact that he signed like some of the world's top talent, Sane, Sterling. Sane, like he did really well. Now he's stagnant. Why?
Yeah, I guess he had a few bad injuries, didn't he? So I guess it's...
Yeah, but you know, like he should really be in that team. And he's got... Oh, who was the Silva? The other... not David, the other
Bernardo.
one. Bernardo, he's doing
he's
quite
so
well.
good.
He's really picked up.
To be fair, I guess that's an argument he's had for a long time, but is Pep a
John
fraud?
Stones is really bad as well.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Like, he was like, everyone's like, he's a bit 50-50. He's he can do a pass, but he also lingers on the ball too long.
Yeah.
Where the hell is he? He's signed João Cancelo.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Picking daisies or something?
Yeah. If Man City can just sort the defence out, then
they have a much better shot at winning stuff. But
they just... What I think annoys me about Pep is he's like, oh, Phil Foden's the best young player I've ever worked with.
Oh my god.
Play him then.
He's better than Lionel Messi. I'm just like, I wouldn't know that. Who knows that apart from the City under 23s?
Yeah, like you can't say this is the best young player you've ever had and not play him. Like you don't even give him minutes every now and
again.
again.
That's the service because you boosted his ego and you make him think he's going to play, and then you're like, yeah, nah, we got this guy called Silva and some guy called Silva, and they're pretty good.
Like I know Foden will probably take over from David Silva, but like
you never know, though,
David Silva's going to leave at the end of this season. Are you really going to throw Phil Foden, who's got no minutes in? Like you're not.
No minutes Foden in the team.
But yeah,
and so let us know what you think.
Yeah, if Pep's a fraud.
Bold
or
fraud.
Or if he's not.
You know. And we'll go to who's the king at Abbey Park.
There's only one winner.
Sorry, Craig.
Yeah, sorry, Craig.
You might have lobbed me from 30 yards out or something, but yeah, I'm gonna give it to Ellis.
Thank you. I'm gonna back myself. Yeah.
And, do you want to do the City question? You know, what should be their punishment?
Oh yeah, we'll do the City question.
Well, you want to go first with what you think your punishment should be?
That's a tough one. I think
we'll preface it with this: they didn't just breach financial fair play; they committed fraud, where they cooked the books.
Yeah.
And they essentially got they broke the rules by getting more funding from the King of Abu Dhabi, which is hilarious to say. It sounds like something Fred Flintstone would say.
Yeah.
They think Abu Dhabi, and so they got a lot of money from Abu Dhabi, from the King, who has money to do that, but doesn't have money to help refugees from war-torn countries.
Yeah.
You know, fair play, mate, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they commit fraud.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost know that to be true, apart from the fact that they are alleging that because the emails were gotten illegally through hacking, they don't count. But I guess he's like Nixon, when the King of Abu Dhabi does it, it's not illegal.
Yeah, that's true.
So what do you think the punishment should be?
I think, because I guess the starting point we've gone for is the 2-year Champions League ban is what's been thrown about. The problem is it really ruins the integrity of football. Like, you had a great side, but now you've been done for all this, and it is sad because I don't mind Man City. They play some lovely football. Like, they're a very good team, undoubtedly. I think punishment-wise,
bear in mind, I think this is their second offence as well.
Yes,
because they got a fine. Their squad was cut from 25 to 21.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you have a 2-year a 2-season Champions League ban. Isn't that much?
I think I'll let you finish actually, because I don't want to cloud your initial judgment. Then we can go back again.
I'd say 5 seasons. 5
seasons.
Like I said, it ruins.
I'm trying to think who's being more harsh now, me or I'm thinking. That's the thing.
All of you, because I just think it's like racism. You go, £80,000 fine, 5-game ban. It doesn't set a precedent. This lays down a significant marker for you. It makes an example of wrongdoing, which is what is really important. It doesn't just condone it and you've got a little ban. It's a very serious implication for the club, and I think it makes them realise that what they've done is illegal, and our sport is not up for debate on what laws are. It's set black and white. You follow the rules, you're fine. You step out of line.
You know the road, you know the code.
Exactly. You step out of line, you're getting punished, and you're getting punished severely for it.
Slapping down smarted by Ellis, the new head of UEFA.
But I like Man City, so.
Alright, so do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
So I think they should get a massive. It should be. I think it's £30 million fine. I think.
Yeah, I know I've been
thrown
about.
Bigger, but I feel like they only make £10 million profits, and the more you find them, the bigger the problem will be, because I think they made 60 million from the Champions League.
Yeah.
And then so 10 million. So if you think minus that, you're talking minus money already. I think it should get slapped down a bigger fine than that. They should get I think a 3-year Champions League ban.
Okay.
And I think all the titles that they got should be taken. So that puts Liverpool on 3, and that puts United on an extra one.
You only said that so United get it.
No, I'm not, purely because you financial doping is similar to, the way I see it is similar to PEDs in sport, where you follow UFC vaguely, right?
Or yeah, roughly. Yeah, I'm not a big.
Dillashaw got his belt taken away because he got caught with EPO, which basically makes your blood thinner, so you can do more like endurance-based stuff. Is what Lance Armstrong used. One of the things that he used.
Yeah.
And so you cheated to get to where you are. And
I
watched Bisping. I was listening to Michael Bisping where he said that when you do roids, you still keep the gains that you got.
Yeah.
And so they've still got the gains that they have from doing essentially financial PEDs.
I think that's a very good point, actually.
And I think that they should get the title thing where the English Premier League said they're not going to do that. I guess it would create a mess. But Lance Armstrong had his titles taken away. And I feel like the same thing should happen.
Yeah.
All their titles that they have should be taken.
Because when you boil it down, similar to like doping and financial doping, we'll call it. Yeah, it's creating an advantage which isn't gained through appropriate methods by like spending in line with regulations and also like growing talent. It's about abusing the system to make your team better, and similar to doping, you're abusing the system to make your body better. So yeah, I actually know fully where you're coming from. I think stripping the titles, if it can be seen to go back that far, I think that's a.
I think it has to be pure because they still have the success then of what they had, and they still be Man City. You know how many Premier League titles have they won? Is it see, Mancini won one, I think Pellegrini won one, Pep's on two, so that's four. They got I think a couple of FA Cups, League Cups.
Yeah.
And that success should not be given to them because they didn't do it the right way. And like anyone who thinks that you have to do financial doping, look at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Look at Leicester. Look at some of these other teams where they've come through rough times, and they've made transfer mistakes, but they also made some very smart purchases. Bought Philippe Coutinho for 8 million, sold him for 100?
Yeah, 116. I think that's all.
116 or 160.
116.
Yeah, 116.
I think it's a lot of money.
It shows you how stupid Barcelona are.
Yeah.
But yeah, 116, which is insanely high.
I think I the point you made about comparing it to doping is very good, because it is.
The difference you can make is the fact that, like in the UFC, people getting their heads caved in, and this is just football, which is people prancing around on the pitch with a ball. But at the same time, like I feel like it should be looked as severely because you've ruined the integrity of the game.
Yeah, exactly, and that was kind of my point. It's about the integrity.
And if you don't slap down Man City now, PSG will keep doing this. And PSG got very lucky last time.
Yeah.
They committed some major financial doping, and the Neymar transfer was really dodgy, and they need to change the rules around that.
And then Mbappe as well.
Mbappe. Donatello.
Yeah, Donatello.
Mbappe. Doing the crying game. But I feel like they should get scorched earth here, because if you do not set this precedent, then it's going to happen to other clubs. And it's unfair on the clubs who did it the right way. It's unfair to Liverpool, which is unfortunate to say. And like you can argue that Man United spend a lot of money. It's like, we make the money, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's not getting mad at a guy who goes for gym and he's wham. It's not fair. He has a six pack. Yeah, bro. My man works out every day.
Yeah, as long as
right. You guys haven't done that. You took roids.
And I think. Yeah, I think that's a great point. And I think when you look at that, like it is comparable to actual doping, because like you said, like it's all getting an advantage through ways that aren't able to be done. And it's I think cheating in sport is one of the things like that it's
disgusting.
Yeah, because it ruins the game.
Because we don't watch sport to see juiced up roid monkeys,
No.
Or, you know what I mean? Like we don't go into sport to see people who've cheated together. We see sport because you're the best in your field that humans can be. You say Bolt, the fastest man alive, or second fastest after Barry Allen.
Yeah,
he's the fastest man alive. But my point being is that you've trained very hard to reach the pinnacle of what you are. Ronaldo, eats clean, trains hard to reach where he is. Messi, trains hard also to reach where he is. And Fergie worked hard to build Man United back up. Matt Busby worked hard to build those clubs into what they are, and that's why when United spend money, it's the money that they made. Fair enough, you can argue it's not Woodward who made the money, it was Fergie, really, but the money's still made by the club.
It's in the club, yeah. And as long as you're spending in line with
FFP and you're not going into debt, like I think the rules are like you can't exceed a certain amount of your revenue or something like that to get into debt.
I'm saying the rules we're not clear on, but that's not our job.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, with FFP, like if we had better ownership structures, you wouldn't have clubs dying like Bury, Bolton, all these clubs. Like you have better ownership checks, and also you'd stop them going into debt to get to the top. Because that's where Aston Villa could have been in massive trouble with FFP. Because all these clubs do is they go into massive debt to chase promotion. was it QPR? I watched another really interesting video from Tifo Football, where they basically said how unfair it was that QPR basically got promotion through the playoffs by cheating financially, and then they got promotion and they got relegated again, so they got all the parachute payments, and it came at the detriment of another club. I think it might have been Watford or something like that.
Yeah.
It was, I can't remember which game it was, a promotion playoff. And so what happened was QPR basically got a slap on the wrist because they just kept going through, the legal system where they kept going up and up and up through the law, basically. Yeah. And then eventually the Premier League or whoever was seeing the EFL had to settle and settle the case and lower the fine. I think that's what City are going to do now with CAS, and they're going to go to the human rights courts. Yeah. Can you imagine the gall of the King of Abu Dhabi saying like, we're going to the Court of Human Rights? The irony. Honestly, I'd rather see the judge go like, oh, well done, mate. You're in Switzerland. Go sit over there. It's like, isn't that where the defendants is like, yeah, you're on trial, boy. Yeah. Yeah, you're about to get found out. Yeah, bring your boy from Qatar too. Well, he's going to be on the hot seat because it's a joke at that point.
Man City are appealing it, so
we'll see what CAS say about it. Because if CAS say the evidence isn't allowed because it got through Hackett, then that's ridiculous. Because if you acknowledge something to be true, but say that it can't be used in court because it got through illegal means. I think in the US you can't do that because of rules and stuff like that, the law. Because otherwise you'd encourage a lot of that stuff. But that's public domain now. Do you know what I mean? Like their CFO has basically admitted to it. Yeah. And so if CAS say no, we're not going to do them for this, then what's going to happen is PSG will do the same thing, and a lot of rich owners could come in and do the same.
It'd be quite exciting to see what happens in terms of how Man City do in this year's Champions League, whether they win it, and then the punishment that they will face. Because, like I said, it doesn't just affect the Champions League; it affects the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, like the EFL, like they're gonna not the EFL, it'd be the Premier League, wouldn't it? They're gonna wait until I think the CAS thing happens, and they're gonna go and throw some hands at Man City straight after that. Cause they don't want this legal wrangle. Because apparently they signed up the Galacticos of the legal of like whatever the lawyers.
I don't know if it was true. I saw Man City signed someone who blocked the Brexit bill.
Yeah, Lord Panic, yeah.
Is that him? Yeah.
Lord Panic, yeah.
I mean, they're going all out. You got
the Galactica of lawyers, and like really, this should be coming out of Man City's pocket. Yeah. They should be coming out of Man City's pocket because it's Man City that are hiring these people technically, because it's Man City who are the defendants, I guess, in this case. And even the way CAS is run, it's run by, you get three appointed judges, one by UEFA, one by CAS, and one by City. And I'm like, that's just a weird system. Yeah. Surely there should be 3 judges appointed by CAS.
You'd think, but
it's a weird system.
What does UEFA know?
I do wonder if how like impartial CAS are, because I can't imagine the King of Abu Dhabi like, I'll offer you 100 million. Yeah. 200 million.
I think that would be an exciting one.
I'll make you a Prince of Abu Dhabi.
If I had to guess, though, I think they'll get a 30 million fine and a two-season ban. I think it'll stay about that. But
apparently, a lot of people think CAS will knock down the fine a bit and then knock down the ban to 1 year.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Which I think, like, if that's the case, then CAS are a joke, because, like, if they just reach financial fair play by say even £200 million, okay, and it's on the books, it's there. The owner put in 200 million. They go on board. I don't know, wherever they go and buy someone. So don't forget, they pump massive money into the stadium and also into the youth academy, which they never use. Yeah. And that doesn't go towards anything towards FFP. But they commit fraud. Like, they played you. Like, that's why UEFA have to do something, because none of the established football teams like City or PSG, because they pushed their way to the top through essentially roids. Yeah. There's no two ways to look at it. They got through roids. Like, these teams were nothing before the roids. And as soon as like the King of Abu Dhabi and Qatar leave these clubs, they'll struggle. They'll deflate massively. Yeah. Because now the games are on. Like, have you seen pictures of TRT Belfort? Yeah. It's like looking like some jacked guy. He looks like something like Marvel Comics. Yeah. And like now you look at him, he's all like, he's a bit flabby. He's not as powerful as he was. And that's what happened to these clubs. And at the end of the day, they're going to struggle massively. Like, if you became a City fan in the last 10 years, and your club is going to struggle because Qatar gets put under a blockade, or maybe we move off the petrodollar over the next 10 years, and your club starts struggling, where are you going to be?
Watching League One football.
Not to mention you get used for sports watching, but that's a whole different thing, which I think you want to go into today. It will be for another 15 minutes.
I think, this is an odd time for Man City. I guess it's quite... It's just a waiting game, really, but...
The guy who hacked him, he's looking at prison sentences because he hacked a load of other people as well. So this guy, I don't think he's a vigilante. I don't think the hero we don't deserve, but the one we need right now. I don't think he's one of those type of guys. But at the same time, like, it looks legit, and it's very believable that they did cheap financially, because there's no way Etihad Airways are paying anywhere near as much as a United shirt sponsor would have done, especially not in 2012, where Man United was still not at the highest point, but at least third in terms of like most powerful club, just after Fergie. Or just before Fergie went. You can't argue City were anywhere near that. And Etihad Airways is owned by the King of Abu Dhabi. And like, you got to question how much money Etihad Airways makes to spend 60 mil or whatever it was to be a shirt sponsor of a football club. Yeah. Like, bro, I don't think Fly Emirates even pay that much. I think Emirates is the bigger airplane network. Like, I've been on an Emirates plane. They're right. But Fly Emirates sponsor quite a few. Emirates sponsor a few teams as well. I've never been on Etihad Airways. I don't even know where they fly to. No. They might not even be a real plane. It might be just a thing that's there. If you've been on an Etihad Airways flight, please let us know where you went. How it is. Like, you have to praise the King of Abu Dhabi and say, no, you don't violate human rights. It's just humans who violate your rights. Give us a review in the comments, and we'll review. If we get enough money, we'll go on the flight. So maybe when I set up that big Patreon account, we'll do a review of an Etihad flight if you can get us enough money. Etihad versus Fly Emirates, see who's the champion of the skies. Qatar versus Abu Dhabi. If you want to see that, get subscribing. Yeah, like, share. So yeah, you're gonna leave it there. I think we've had a long one. A good session, yeah. If anyone actually listens to all of this, then I rate you very highly. Yes, thank you. If you have, I think I would struggle to listen to all of this. Or if you just skip to the end. That's fine. The last 5 minutes is like, I've had the intro, now time for the outro. Get us that sweet ad revenue that we don't get. Yeah, that big, I need 1,000 subs and about 40,000 hours watch time or something ridiculous like that. You should put down the little creator, man. If you have listened to all the way, then hats off to you from both of us. Very commendable. Subscribe to the channel. I'm at 19 now, almost at 20, which is not bad. Climbing the ranks, And so if you could subscribe after listening to this, if you actually enjoy this, then that'd be great. And if you like Ellis being a guest on, let me know in the comments. Even if you don't like it, he's coming back on. So sorry if you hate me, then I've got bad news. He'll be back on sometime in the summer, probably. I do have a few hot takes, so exactly. If you've enjoyed, let us know, and if you didn't enjoy, let us know why as well. Exactly, because like you two talking about how Brexit's a bad thing, you're talking about how Dennis Bergkamp took his pills and Ian Wright didn't. Then fair criticism. There's a fair criticism. This is podcast number 2 for Madge. Podcast number 1 ever for me. And no one really likes talking about politics that much. It's very easy to talk about other stuff. But we address the big issues here. So exactly. How the undefeated team is overrated. Right, end it there. Alright, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks, Ellis. Happy to be here.